What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Kevin Svenson here. Just want to talk a little bit about the price action that we're seeing right now and the similarities that I see between the last bear market and the bear market that we're in right now. Now, again, guys, we're not looking at the past bear market to say, well, this must happen now because it happened here, it must happen here. No, guys, it's there to show us what's possible. How does this market behave? How has it behaved in the past when it is on an extended, sustained bear run and starts making some higher highs and some bullish moves, right? That is what we're looking for here. And if you just compare these two charts right now, we have the 200 simple and the 50 simple moving average. And right now we're on the weekly, right? So we don't actually see that golden cross, but we do see those two moving averages converging before the next bull run. Here's the really interesting thing, guys. If you drop it down to the 1 day and you just go to that past bear market, what happened was this macro trend resistance line was, of course, governing the resistance. And when the second that we got up to it and popped above it, you know, pretty shortly after we got that golden cross, guys, we got that 200 or that 50 crossing above the 200 day, and of course then we get the fake out death cross and then the golden cross, right? And that's it. All played out. It all played out right when we broke above that macro trend resistance line, guys, and we are seeing incredibly similar activity right here, right now, guys. Right, we actually broke above that macro trend resistance line. And of course, you know, that golden cross is a little bit delayed on the chart. It actually happens during that total blow off top right there where we get that golden cross, right? So if Bitcoin does, guys, if you look at the volume profile, which I don't have pulled up right now, the $5,000 level, what we actually, you know, we got rejected off of it and just blew through it, right? We came back to it, blew through it. Came up to it, blew through it, right? We don't spend any time at 5K, guys, and we never do. It's a low liquidity area, so most likely you're going to see some pretty sharp movements in this range, right? That's what you would expect, knowing the history of this price range, right? So we popped above the macro trend resistance. If we get that continued push, if we reach, you know, 5,800, 6,000, 6,300 in the short term, then we will be getting a golden cross, and we will be getting something pretty damn similar to what we've had before here, guys. It's really crazy. But, you know, of course, there's a nice pullback after that in the past. Doesn't mean it has to happen here. But just keep it in mind, right? Just keep it in mind, guys. I've always been looking out for that. You know, for me, one sign of the end of the bear market would be a really, you know, a good double touch on the, you know, basically just a validation of the macro trend resistance line on the other side. That's all I want to see, right? I want to see that macro trend resistance get validated before we move on out of here for the long term. I think we would probably find some really nice support. And guys, this is all just this is the possibility if we are at bottom right now, right? So looking at the weekly now, we were just looking at the daily. Looking at the weekly, it's also interesting to see, you know, you see the 50 squeezing into the 200 here on the weekly, and we get another touch off that 200 simple moving average before we rally out of here for the long term. You get the 200 simple, which would most likely be pulling that way, and the 50, which would most likely be pulling in that way, and then you would get, of course, another touch and get that validation of the macro trend resistance, or I guess it would be now support line, right? And then break out of here for the long term. This is what I'm looking for right now here, guys. If this is indeed the bottom, if this is indeed the bottom, I want to see on the weekly chart, I want to see that 50 continue to squeeze into the area, this area. I want to see the 200 simple continue to squeeze to the upside, governing our lows. And then I would want to see a bounce off the 200 simple moving average on the weekly and a break above the 50. And that, to me, would be a pretty clear sign that the bear market's over. But guys, it is quite possible that we actually see prices below 4,000 again before we rally out of here long term, guys, right? This is what I'm looking for now on the weekly chart, and I think it's really damn possible. We are seeing incredible similarities between both cycles right now. A lot of people are actually looking at this and saying it's different. Guys, I've actually been going back and forth with myself. The other day even. I was like, wait, I can't make this comparison, but I'm making the comparison now. And if we did get a pullback onto the 200 moving average on the weekly here, and we rally out of it and break above the 50, well, I would say that bear market's most likely over, right? This is just historically how Bitcoin has ended bear markets, right? So this is what I'm looking for now. I thought that was quite interesting. But we'll see, guys. We'll see. This doesn't have to happen, right? This does not have to happen. But again, I actually, I personally believe that we're going to see sub 4,000 prices at least one time before we get out of here long term, right? Just looking at that macro trend break, it would make sense to get some validation of the resistance line that has been governing our resistance for so long now. I think it would make sense to validate that before getting out of here long term. And that is what I'm looking for now. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, smash the like button, subscribe to the channel, and I will see you all in the next video.